What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about what Loni Love said on The Real in regards to black men. And for those of you who don't know what she said, the video clips are out there, but I'll pretty much sum up what she said. Basically, she said that, black men are cheaters and black men don't value family. And, a lot of people got upset over this comment because, well, particularly a lot of black people, for obvious reasons, got upset over this comment. And, when you come for the black kings, it's hell to pay, right? You can come for the black queens all day. No one to give a fuck to give a fuck. But when you come for the black kings, that's when everyone gives a fuck, right? That's when the battle cry is loud. The battle cry is strong. All of a sudden, we understand what anti-blackness is, right? All of a sudden, we understand what stereotypes are, right? All of a sudden, we can be analytical. We can differentiate, right? All of a sudden, we can defend, which is great and all. But, what happened to, oh, you should have confidence, right? What happened to that? Like, oh, this shouldn't even affect you. Get your confidence from yourself. Get your confidence from within. Why does this even affect you? You should just ignore this, right? Who is Loni Love anyway, right? So we ain't hearing that being thrown around, right? No one's talking about black men need to have confidence in their fathering and family skills, right? And that black men should just ignore it because, hey, it doesn't apply to you, right? If it don't apply, let it fly. Only a hit dog will holler. And we hear a whole lot of black men hollering because they was the dog in the crowd that got hit. You feel me? So, yeah, Lonnie got these, Negroes and female Negroes in their feelings, right? And pretty much, black men and the mammies, the pygmies, the mules, who defend black male fuckery, right, are in their feelings, right? And understandably that black men are in their feelings and have something to say. When it comes to black women, I think this is when black women as a collective should just sit back in the cut and just watch everything go down and just leave this up to black men. But of course, we know that's not going to happen. Black women can't be quiet to save their lives. No shade. The black female collective cannot be quiet and just sit one out if their life depended on it. All right. And again, in regards to being on code, would you say that black women are on code when it comes to this situation with Loni Love? I wouldn't. And I've done a whole video about this and saying that, there is no code and there probably is not going to be a code, right? Because it's just, unfortunately for black women, there's just too many folks on your team that just ain't really down for black women. Yeah, it's too many black women on your team that ain't down for black women and who wants a pat on the head and a Scooby snack for, dragging a fellow black woman down the street, stomping her in the ground, spitting on her, figuratively or literally, whatever. If it happened either way, I don't even think anyone would give a fuck to give a fuck. Sad to say. It's like, well, like when police brutality happens, right? When it happens to black men, then it's a big story, and we got Black Lives Matter. When it happens to black women, like, say, Sandra Bland and Corinne Gaines, well, they could have prevented that, right? They shouldn't have been mouthing off to the police. They should have, obeyed the police officer's instructions, right? Whole lot of excuses, right? While, the black dudes can be just wilding out of control, just got finished robbing a liquor store, get shot down in the process. Oh no, that black king need justice. That black king ain't do nothing wrong. And, again, very much enabling, right? And that I don't want to get too far into that because that's a video in itself, but there is definitely a conversation that needs to be had and situations that need to be addressed when it comes to enabling black men, especially young black men, in regards to them engaging in behaviors that aren't really I won't say health, not really conducive to the black community, right? But back to this Lonnie Love situation right quick here. So initially, I wasn't really going to talk about this. I was just like, yeah. But then my local radio station, um, you know, black radio station, or should I say urban radio station. So my local urban radio station was talking about this. And it's very strange. I say it's very funny, I'll say. Odd. Because it was two black men and a black woman on the radio talking about this. And just the other day, a situation with Trey Songz came up where Trey Songz has been accused of trying to take advantage of women and perhaps trying to, liquor up women. He does have a song about that, but one of the men on the panel or in the radio station, he didn't want to talk about it because that is his nephew and more or less his blood nephew, right? So he didn't want to talk about it, right? And I found that to be a little, it's like, it's weird because you don't want to talk about that situation, but you want to talk about this situation with Lonnie Love. And that's just really an example of staying on code to an extent, right? And I can understand that that's his family and he doesn't want to drag his family out in public. But again, it's just strange where what folks support and what folks don't support, or what folks will speak up about and what they won't speak up about, right? It's like, don't find your voice now. You should have found your voice when your nephew was drugging up, liquoring up, and taking advantage of folks, particularly women. And Keke Palmer actually came out about that too a while ago, and she got, attacked for coming out and, trying to speak out about that. I think Megan Thee Stallion may have mentioned something about that, and I think some other stuff has happened about that. Another story for another day, but I just wanted to bring that part up first. So that dude and another black dude and a black woman were talking about the situation with Lonnie Love and what she said. And, the black dude who was related to Trey Songz and low-key was just staying out of it, he had a lot to say about Lonnie Love, and it just really motivated me to make this video. And, the black woman on the panel, overall, she did have Lonnie Love's back. I'll say that. She didn't throw Lonnie Love under the bus. She did support Lonnie Love and what she said. So I'll give her, a clap for that. All right. So that's what is, motivated me to make this video. So this is why we are here now, if you are still watching. So really, I feel like Lonnie Love should have began her statement with, in my personal experience. Like, this is my personal experience. I'm speaking from my personal experience, something to that effect. Because the way that she sort of phrased it made it seem like it was like a fact across the board, 100%, And just the thing, it's not like a fact 100% across the board. But it is something that I think, you know, hits deep for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to admit it, and a lot of people don't want to have this conversation, and a lot of people don't want to take black men to task on this, right? And when we do try to have these conversations, then it sort of veers off into what black women could have did to better sustain the family, you know. And not to say that black women don't have any responsibility in maintaining the black family. Of course, I think both black men and black women both have responsibilities in maintaining the black family. But this conversation is about black men right now, not black women. And I'll say that, black women are doing the best they can considering the circumstances that they're in and considering the resources that they have available to them, which uh, tends to be a bit limited, right? You know, and and black women can only do so much anyway. Black women are awesome. Black women are amazing. But black women at the end of the day are human beings just like everybody else, and we all have our limit. We all can only do but so much, right? And I think low key that's part of the reason why the community likes to hype up the independent black woman, right? So, the black men don't have to do so much since the black woman is so independent, right? The black woman can be independent of everything, but the black man's dick. Just you can be independent, you can pay your own bills, you can buy your own jewelry and you know take care of the kids and all that stuff, but you ain't gonna be independent of the BBC now. Right? So yeah. But back to Lonnie Love. So Lonnie Love said what she said. And Adrian, she kind of piped in a little bit. And I think Adrian meant well when she chimed in saying like, oh, a lot of times it's like a cultural thing and it's not just, like it's other cultures too. And she had mentioned like Latino and Hispanic culture as well with the machismo type situation going on there. And, Lonnie Love, she wasn't having it though, because she was like, you ain't going to all lives matter this situation, And low key, I kind of give Lonnie props for that, for, sticking to topic and calling out black men specifically, all right? But the thing is, though, there were other women on the panel, right? And, a lot of, the black men out here love to say that, oh, black men are the most preferred men, right? Well, I didn't see any of these women really chiming in to defend their most preferred men. Really, I only see like black women chiming in and the Miami Pick Me Mules black women chiming in to go hard in the paint to defend these dudes. Where are the other, non-black women to do the same thing, right? Because the black man is the most preferred man on the planet, right? Because we had Samira on the panel. She's a mixed woman. She's biracial, right? Black identified, but biracial, right? And according to black men, biracial women, black and white, love black men. And she ain't chime in, I don't think. Then we had Jeannie Mai. She's Asian and she's with a black man. She didn't really chime in too much to defend black men like that. And also, Jeannie Mai has, a while ago, seasons ago, she made a comment to the effect of, oh, dark meat on the side and white meat is the main dish, meaning, I guess, black men are on her side dish and white men are her main dish, right? And during that conversation, she had said something to the effect of like being with black men was sort of difficult for her in regards to relationships. While she may be attracted to them, having relationships with them were difficult, right? But yeah, Jeannie Mai ain't chime in about that, right? Then we had Amanda Seales, who's going to be the, quote unquote permanent co-host, right? For next season or whatever happening. Oddly enough, and Amanda Seales, she had did that whole situation a while ago with, um, going after black women who swirl and saying Brad is trash. She didn't really even chime in too much. She let Loni speak her piece. And I think and there were black women who appreciated that because they kind of thought that Amanda Seales was going to be, super mammy, Captain Pick Me, Captain Save a Black King, right? No, So really, Adrian was the only one who kind of spoke up about it, and Adrian's with a guy. He's biracial, part black, part white, right? Oddly enough, she spoke up though, but no one else did, you know. Um, so something interesting to note there. And if folks want to take other folks to task, maybe you can take them to task. But that's not really being discussed and mentioned all too much either. It's pretty much Alani Love, right? So some people are saying that, oh, Lonnie Love shouldn't be speaking on this because she's a swirler. She's with a white man. She's a bad wench. Shut up, right? And, on one hand, yes. On one hand, no. Because on one hand, yeah, you are kind of like in another situation with someone of a different race. On the other hand, just because you are in a situation with someone of another race doesn't necessarily mean, well, it doesn't mean that it like cancels out your blackness. You still are black. You're just a black person in an interracial relationship. Like, you're still black and you still have to deal with all that comes with being black and all the baggage that comes with being black, especially in America. So I wouldn't say that, you can't speak at all, but I think you have to be, if you have to be aware of how you're phrasing things because it can come off a certain way. And some people were taking what Lonnie was saying like, oh, black men ain't shit, basically, and you should swirl and get a white man. And Lonnie Love didn't say that, but a lot of people took it that way. Black men and black women. Black women, the claws will come out. Like, you ain't making me a swirler. I ain't no bad witch. I'm pro-black. Pro-black man, really. But, when they get their wake-up call, then they'll come to their senses, right? We all know how that go. All right. And I guess another thing we can discuss, perhaps, because I've heard some black women say that when it comes to African American men versus Native African men, they feel like Native African men are more, marriage minded and family oriented. Do you think that that's the case when it comes to, African American men versus Native African men? Because I've heard that thrown around before, and to an extent, even see that play out. And then there were conversations about, the system of white supremacy and what that did to the black family. And those are definitely valid conversations to have and things to take in and factor in. But usually when that happens, I feel like people want to just stop there and be like, oh, it's white supremacy and black moms. Black moms just push the black man and the black fathers out the house. They exchanged the black fathers for a welfare check. They exchanged the black father for Section 8 housing. They just threw out the black fathers. And this is why the situation is the way it is in the black community. And I feel like that's not completely the whole story. It's like that's what folks, particularly black men and maybe some mammy pick me mule black women, will go with, right? And that's pretty much everyone's to blame but black men. And it makes it seem like black men have no agency at all in this situation, and black men just are helpless and can't do anything and just very much a victim. And I just don't think that's entirely true, right? Yeah. Um, But yeah, you notice though when black people, well, when black men come out and disparage black women, do you really see this strong of a battle cry? Do you really see this strong of a reaction? Like when Trick Daddy said what he said a while ago, right? When, Trick Fatty came, you know, recording himself and posting on social media and it went viral, right? No one really, I mean, people reacted, black women did, but it was more so like from black men, it was like, if it don't apply, let it fly. Only a hit dog holler. Oh, he was referring to hoes. If you a hoe, then you will be offended. If you're not, you shouldn't be offended. Right? A lot of excuses, right? A lot of pretty much just ignoring it, right? Again, this ignoring thing, why aren't we just ignoring Lonnie Love? Why are we giving Lonnie Love attention? If that's what we should be doing when folks come out and say some backwards, dumb foolishness. Yeah. So what's up with that? So there is like, low key kind of like a double standard going on, and you can kind of see who is prioritized and who is not prioritized when it comes to situations like these, right? And again, black women go along with it, not all, but a lot of them. So it's like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. And then, then folks got mad because they thought Lonnie was talking about, telling black women that they need to get on the no nigga diet. A lot of people were like offended by that. Like they were acting like Lonnie Love just got on the reel saying, hey, black women, let me tell you about this. Like y'all got to get on the no nigga diet. Like the no nigga diet, like if you get niggas out your diet, your credit score will jump over 200 points overnight. If you get these niggas out your diet, your love life and family life will be much more desirable and tolerable. They said that a fat black bitch couldn't get on the no nigga diet. Well, look at me, right? And also, Gabourey Sidibe apparently got on a no nigga diet too, right? And black women were mad. Ooh-wee. Black women, I don't know what's up with the black female collective, the black women collective. There's a whole lot of fuckery going on there. They is offended that they fellow black woman went outside the community, right? Seemingly more offended than black men. A lot of black men are probably just ignoring like whatever, you know. But this is what the mammy pick me meals do. They very much go after other black women in attempts to be the pro-black token female or woman, right? So that they can be the special little snowflake, and they can be the token, and they can be the one who's special and gets all the positive attention. But the thing is, a lot of times when you're doing the mammy pick me mule things, like ultimately a lot of times the black men end up turning on the mammy pick me mules at one point or another. So it's like, it's like, do you really get that much in the long term? You know, because a lot of times the mammy pick me meals end up pretty much in the same situation with like the bed wenches. Like it's just that they get their wake up call or whatever you want to call it just later, while the bed wenches get it immediately. You know, no. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, I wonder where black men are who supposedly love the black queen so much, and where the black men are to assure the black queens that no, we're here, we got your back, black woman. We love our black queens. Where are them to sing black women a black queen song, right? you know, anytime some person, woman had brought up in the comment section once, like, anytime you hear black men talking about black queens, pretty much they running game. Are they looking for some type of a handout or something? They're looking for something, right? So you gotta come through and sing a black king, well, a black queen song, right? My black shea butter goddess, yeah. My beautiful black, black, black queen, baby. The darker the better, the sweeter the juice, baby. The only woman on this earth is a black queen for me. No woman, no other woman will do. Please, black queen, if you like this song, my black queens, please donate to my Patreon, my GoFundMe, my PayPal account. Cash app your nigga, please, my black queens. And the black queens, they be eating it up. Like, yes! Black kings love black queens. Yes! I'll donate my whole bank account to you, black king. But that just, sadly, it just shows how desperate, some black women are, and how, black women ain't really used to much, sadly. But, I think I've mentioned all that I have to say about this situation for the time being. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now. I guess I can speak on one more thing, and that is being fair and balanced, right? Because I hear that being thrown around too. And black women, they are just trying to be fair and balanced, right? While black men are not trying to be fair and balanced with black women. They're trying to stay on code and maintain code, right? And for the fair and balanced black women, you have to remember and you have to be discerning and selective about who you are fair and balanced with. Because you can't be fair and balanced to people who aren't fair and balanced to you. If someone, doesn't treat you with respect, would you feel inclined to treat them with respect? Like if someone was constantly disrespecting you, you wouldn't be inclined to show them the utmost respect, right? If someone was being unfair to you in some way or fashion, like perhaps maybe not paying you as much as you should be paid, would you be paying them as much as they should be paid? I know these aren't the best metaphors, but I think you can understand what I'm saying, right? And what I'm getting at ultimately is, you know, you can't be fair and balanced with everyone because everyone's not fair and balanced with you. If someone is being fair and balanced with you on an individual level, then that's great. But as a collective, I don't think that's the case. And, the situation itself isn't fair or balanced. So in order to correct some situations, you have to be unfair and unbalanced, right? For instance, racism, right? We can't be really fair and balanced when we're talking about racism, because racism isn't fair and it's not balanced. And the situations, how it affected, black folk, it's like, if we're going to correct those situations, then we have to be unfair and unbalanced, right? And I've seen this being thrown around with black women in regards to Lonnie Love, and them wanting to pretty much go at Lonnie Love, right? And as I mentioned earlier in this video, if you're a black woman and you don't agree with Lonnie Love, really, I advise you just to be quiet and let black men handle it. Every single situation doesn't warrant your response. But the thing is, low-key, black women get sort of played and manipulated into being fair and balanced. Like, a lot of times, black women speak on a lot of issues, particularly on YouTube at least, and then they speak on issues regarding black women that implicate black men. Then, black men will be like, no, 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 that ain't right. But then when situations come up like Lonnie Love, then these same black men will come around and be like, oh, well, what are you going to say about this? Huh? How are you going to call this out? Oh, no. Trying to force them to be, quote unquote, fair and balanced, even though these same men who are, forcing your hand aren't fair and balanced with you and don't really give a damn about what you have to say in regards to issues with black men or whatever. So that's what I gotta say. What do you guys say? Let me know in the comment section. Into this video, or into the next video. Adios and goodbye for now, y'all.